Hello, hello. Hey, Pamela, I see you. Raise your hand. I'm going to get some of these controls going here. Okay, there we go. All right. So I have unmuted you, Pamela. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. And I'm not sure, can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, excellent. Good, good, good. Thank you for getting on the first coaching session. We'll see. I know today was like a holiday. What was a holiday? So we'll see how many people we get on. But if not, the show still goes on. I've got content for you, and we will definitely. I'll record it as well, so that those that have missed it can get the information as well. So
Okay, great.
Good, good. So I guess while we're waiting, we kind of have some time. I could just ask, was everything good from yesterday's call? Like, did you kind of get acclimated with more things on the app?
Yes, I did. It was real informative. I had a very busy day today. Had some appointments, but breakfast started off really good.
Okay.
Very light. So, I had scrambled eggs with spinach in it.
Nice.
Avocado.
Okay.
And just a little pinch of coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm more of a tea drinker.
Okay.
I had a dental appointment this morning, so it was a long one. So
got it. Yeah, got it. But you got it off to a great start, and that's half the battle right there. So
then, with it being so nice today, I got to walk in today. So went walking.
Oh, good. Excellent. Look at you. So first day of the official SizeWize program, you are, even with a busy day, you got a lot of good action items in. So good. Congratulations on that. Excellent. And I have Nina on. Nina, can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. Hi, Nina.
I wasn't able to do anything yesterday. I don't know what happened.
Got it. I know. We're getting it ironed out, but we had, because Dr. Daniels and I were both. I made him a host. I lost control over the some of the controls, but I know how to do it now.
Okay.
And as you know, there's always if you're on your computer, then you should see a chat button down on the bottom. And any questions that we don't get to, it would be great that if you just think of something, you can put them in that chat box. And then we will address those questions at the next session or through email. Good. And Nina, how was your day? Just give me some give me some new and good.
Well, I started off with, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Oh, okay, good. I started off with boiled eggs this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, boiled egg and toast and a cut up apple.
Nice, excellent. That is good. Did you feel full? Not full, but I mean satisfied for the morning?
With drinking the water, because I drink a lot of water anyway. With drinking the water, that really helps. I don't really like juices, and I mean drinking, like the regular juices from the store.
Right.
So much sugar.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say better off that way anyway. So very good, very good. All right. Okay, so just we got the two of you so far, and I'll wait for another minute or two before we start. The sessions are usually going to be about 30 minutes. And I always start with just a general kind of asking what's working for the group, and those that are wanting to answer can chime in because everybody learns from everybody else. And you can also put it in the chat if you have done something like, oh yeah, I forgot that I didn't have that sweet tea. I chose water instead. All of those things need to be celebrated because there's no small win here that should not go unnoticed. Very important to keep us moving forward. And after, yeah, go ahead.
I haven't did my exercise yet, and I know I did. I was hearing you all.
Okay.
Some yesterday, but I didn't know what level.
Okay. Got it. So Dr. Daniels will, he'll give you your level. You're either beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And once you find that out, then as he walked you through the app, you'll be able to find, there's like an exercise library. So once you're connected to all the libraries, you go to the exercise library, and then you'll see the beginner like workouts or the intermediate workouts. I think most people were intermediate and beginner, we may have had two in the advanced. So those ones should be up by now, but check in the app and go to the libraries and the exercise library, and you'll be able to find those workouts. And then I'll make sure Dr. Daniels knows to let everybody know what level they're at. All right, I'll write that down. Good. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started so that we can get the information out there. This first session is obviously it's a welcome, but I also am going to put up here the first poll. And this is a poll just to gather information on what topics you guys want me to focus on. Those that get on the call that go through the coaching will have priority in terms of the coaching topics. Although I have a whole 12-month program, I want to make sure that I give you all of the information that you need that pertains to the group. So really quick, I'm going to get Clary on. Clary is now on the call. Make sure that he can hear us. All right. Hi, Clary. You can probably hear us, but I'm trying to unmute you. Unless if you don't want to be muted, that's fine. You guys, everyone that's on the call can also mute and unmute themselves using the microphone button that's on there. Okay, so there we go. Nina, Nina, did you want to mute? Sorry. Okay. All right. So Nina, did you see that mute and unmute?
Let me see.
You can do it at any time. Sometimes you might have background noise and you just want to mute it. You can certainly do that, but you should still be able to hear me. Okay. And Clary, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I think you're now.
Michele.
Hey, Clary. Were you able to click the microphone to unmute?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Okay. Excellent. And I was just doing a little bit of just seeing how everybody was doing. We have 3 people and myself on the call. It's kind of cool sometimes to have a smaller group, but I will move on with the very first thing that I want to share with you. So I'm going to try this out. This is a poll. Again, I want to ask you, out of the options that you see here, I'm going to put that up. Let me know if you can see it. Pamela, can you see this poll that's up there now? What health topic is most important to you?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And take a look at that. I'll give you guys just a few seconds. Hopefully, and no worries if you can't see it. Some people have called in on the phone, but you can chime in a number of ways. You can fill out as many options as you are interested in. And what that will allow us to do is to customize the delivery of the coaching so that I give you exactly what the main hot topics are. So it's what topics are most important to you in this program. So how to tackle cravings, what are healthy carbs, how to read a nutrition label, what are healthy protein options, what are healthy fats, and the sugar blues. A lot of us have issues with sugars. So I'll go ahead and keep that over here. Let's see. Well, I'll keep it up for, actually, Clary, can you see that poll? And Nina, can you see?
Yes, I can see it, and I was able to respond to it.
Perfect. Okay, I just want to make sure it's working. And Nina, if you can respond, and it gives me live. I can see exactly what you all are voting on, and then we'll go from there. And I'll always do this. I'll kind of put this up and change up some of the options as we move forward.
Okay, sounds good.
Excellent. All right. So yeah, we got. I think we've got everyone. Yep, got everyone. Okay, so I'm just wondering if I can just minimize that. Okay, we have Wanda that just got on the call. Wanda, I'm going to unmute. I think it's Wanda. Maybe it could be, I don't recognize the name, but it may be someone else. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Wanda. And then we'll get going. All right. Is this Wanda?
Yes.
Hi, Wanda. How are you?
Yeah, but I'm actually with Sally, but that's my nickname, Wanda.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. Wanda. Yes.
Got it. I was like, I don't recognize that. Who's chiming in our call? No.
That's me.
All right. Thank you so much for joining. So this first session, like I said, my coaching sessions are going to be about 30 minutes long. Sometimes it may be a little bit longer, but they're going to be focused on making sure you guys are on the right track. I will answer questions at the end. You can use the chat box on the bottom to add some questions in there. If we don't get to your questions, we'll answer them later. And then there always will be a lesson, a topic, and then we'll move forward with any other questions. So today, and always, the very first thing in a program like this is to set your expectations, set your goals. I know it sounds cheesy. I know we don't like to do it, but they do need to be specific. You've heard this: measurable, achievable, and timely. And I'm missing the R, SMART goals, right? You guys have heard that. So I'm going to put this up here. I will be emailing it to everybody. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you can see the questions associated with. This is what we're going to, I'm going to send to you, and I'm going to want you to fill them out for yourself. And a bonus would be if you want to share by emailing them back, then that would be great. This comes from my 4-week holistic body cleanup. And it's very, very simple. You've seen these before. Your 4-week goal, we want to state it in a measurable way. Okay, you can be writing these down or be thinking about them, and then I'll email you these goals. Okay, so not specific would be, I want to lose weight. Okay, we know that. But specific is, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next, 1 month. Okay. And then we have a 3-month goal. So that could be around, it also can be around habits. I think that's what's going to be most important, and what most people are wanting these days is not just the number by a certain date, because after 30 days, if you lose 10 pounds in 30 days by doing something that's not manageable or maintainable, then what happens on the 31st day? And I said this at the meeting, we really need to focus, and the research shows that those that focus on changing your habits in small steps, taking little baby steps, that works for you, that's the best way to lose weight, but also to get healthy as well, because you're changing the game. You're changing the way your body operates, the way your body reacts. That is what is sustainable. Okay, so your reason why. This one right here, this says, what is my reason why? the reasons why I want to achieve these goals are, and then you ask yourself why 5 times. Each time you're digging deeper into the ultimate reason. And the whole point here is to connect your outcome with an emotion. And all this it is part of life coaching. It's part of health coaching. And the point of this is when you get to that time frame where you feel stuck, where you're just like, you know, maybe emotions are getting to you, or you don't know what to do, or things have been thrown off, you're off track. That's when the answer to this question comes in place. Okay, your why is, I mean, a lot of times, I mean, for a lot of people, I will tell you, I know their why is they don't want to die. Okay, that's very important, obviously. They want to be there for their family. They have worked so hard in their life that they've gotten to, you know, they've reached success, and they're maybe retired or getting ready to retire is one scenario. And then all of a sudden they can't do the things that they would love to do because their health is preventing them from doing it. So health and possibly their weight, preventing them from being able to travel or, you know, walk as far as they could. That's what I mean when I'm talking about your why. Connecting it to emotions. So what will you be feeling and doing when you achieve these goals? Those would be adjectives. I will feel, you know, happy, excited. Very, very huge is confident, less stressed. Okay, so think about when you reach this goal, how will you feel? I mean, some people, you know, smile on your face. Able to sleep at night. You know, there's a lot of people that can't sleep at night because they're worrying so much about their health and wellness and managing. It becomes so much less. It's so much less than just the number on the scale or fitting into a pair of jeans or whatnot. When you get stuck, here's the other question. What are you going to do? You will do this when you get back on track. And I'll be giving you some suggestions as we go through of some strategies that you can implement if you get stuck. And then the last thing is just a we you know, you can ask yourself. You appreciate your body as is because. So this is what I'm talking about. We have to celebrate something about what we have already. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah. We want to celebrate what we do have and then work on the things that we're trying to achieve. Okay. This is all like the mental side, it's like the psychological side, but honestly, this is the part that we need to get set, get a foundation, and then we're going to continue to work on the strategies around how to achieve wellness and weight loss. Okay. So I will be emailing you the goals and intentions, and your homework is to fill out, at least give me one sentence on each one, and then you can simply email it back to us. This is through the SizeWizeSC@gmail.com. Or you can, I think we're not gonna have enough time to put it in the chat, but we'll go ahead and go over those, and there may be a time where you need to revisit that so that you are able to motivate yourself along with the group. We'll hold you accountable, but to stay on track, okay? Any questions on the goals? All right. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you is something that I feel, I'm going to kind of summarize it, but when you start health coaching with a nutrition focus, you're going to realize that, we've already mentioned, there's going to be things that throw us off. I think that right there is, in the years that I've been coaching, that's what I've found. A lot of people just, they're not able to get back on track. So I want to just share with you, I'm going to share the screen again. Okay. And I'm going to talk to you about something called primary food. Okay. And I will also send this over to you all. Okay. And what we see here is, you should see my screen, it says primary food. To summarize it, because I'm going to send it to you, but to summarize this, the very first thing it says, the first subheading, is nutrition is a secondary source of energy. So secondary, what we eat is secondary. Your primary foods or your non-food sources of nourishment are what really nourishes, or are what really fuel us. And again, when you think about, a time when our, maybe our health was started to go on the decline, or we started gaining weight, think about the things that have happened. 9 times out of 10 with my clients, what I find is there's an event, there's a life event that happens, could be positive, could be negative, but that enables us really to not really focus on our health, or, we gain the weight, whatever it may be. So I'm talking about events like getting divorced, or getting married, or having kids, or losing a job, or feeling unfulfilled in a job. Lack of exercise is a part of what I'm going to talk about in just a second. But, when we stop doing some of these lifestyle things, that's when our health can suffer. So when we start taking care of our body, and putting these little self-care strategies in place, along with ramping up our nutrition knowledge, which you're going to learn a lot of here, then you're going to find that you may get thrown off track, but you have the tools and resources to get you right back on track. So we have primary food and secondary food. And I'm just going to jump down to these pictures. Primary food goes beyond the plate, nurturing us on a deeper level. The 4 main primary foods are career, relationships, physical activity, and spirituality. On the bottom left, it says, the more primary food we give ourselves, the less we depend on secondary food. And I know this is all that whole emotional eating, or maybe we don't know what we're supposed to be eating, and then we just eat whatever, or we get, laid off on our job, well, then we go to food. But when you're fulfilled and when you have balance in these 4 areas, you are less likely to, like it says, depend on the secondary food. So on the contrary, here it goes the other way too. The more you fill ourselves with secondary food, that means the food that we eat, the less space we leave for primary food. So the primary food is our true source of nourishment. There's a lot of religions and cultures practice fasting to reduce the secondary food, which opens the channels to receive a greater amount of primary food. So I know that this is the SizeWize weight management program, but in this day and age, I will tell you, you ask almost any health coach, nutrition coach, life coach, what is magnifying the issues behind overweight and obesity and just bad health, we have got to look at our primary foods. And in that same category, we've got that word we all know, stress. At the meeting, we did some deep breathing exercises, and I shared with you how important it was to at least make the correlation behind your health, your ability to lose weight, and your stress. So also your primary foods. What's going on in that area, and how can we find balance in it? So as we go through this coaching, I'll make reference to primary food and give you some strategies and tips and suggestions to help those areas, while at the same time, we will obviously ramp up your food knowledge. I saw the poll that you guys gave me. I had most of those questions were around foods, how to eat, how to take care of cravings, banish cravings, how to read a nutrition label. So we will do that, but I just wanted to share with you an area that some of us don't connect as being very important in this overall quest for wellness and weight loss. So I will be sending that out to you as well. Okay, so we have a lot more people that jumped on, and I'm going to see if I can get everybody on the call just to make sure that they are seeing me and also can see the screen. Okay, so we have Rose, Robin, Michele, and then let's see. And then we also have Nina, we already know that, Jaquana, and Clara, we know you're there, Clarence, and Pamela. Pamela was our first one that jumped on. So thank you so much for joining, and we were just starting off with an overview. We started with goals. I will be sending all of you goals to fill out. Everyone's going to be different, so I need you to fill those out, and then email back to the email, sizewizesc@gmail.com. And then we just went over the primary food. which is the basis for our overall health. It will make you want to make healthy food choices. So when we get our stress levels under control, when we get our life in balance as best as we can, then you will set yourself up for way more opportunity to make the right food choices. When you feel good, you do good, and you make better choices. All right, so I'm gonna stop that share, and got it. So good to see all of you guys on here. The next thing I'm gonna go over is, oh yeah, I wanted to say, if you guys have any questions, I will open it up for questions at the end, but we have, I'm gonna do another 5 minutes of the top 10 weight loss tips. And I'm gonna start here because we're gonna dive into a lot of these topics as we move forward in coaching. Top 10 weight loss tips. Let's see if I have oh yeah, you guys all, okay, cool. I'm glad that you guys saw the poll. What topics are most important to you? Good. So we'll be addressing those as we go through. All right, so, okay, nothing in the chat yet. So I'm gonna share my screen for the last little topic that we wanna go over, the burning list, top 10 weight loss tips. So you're gonna find that this is not rocket science, okay? It's not rocket science. You've heard it before, but I'm gonna dig in deeper in this with you so that you feel comfortable. Okay, so, okay. So we're gonna go with, let's see, screen. All right. Okay, so we've got top 10 weight loss tips. And I see Ivy, got it. Ivy's in here, just joined in, okay. Okay, so then what you see here is, this is not rocket science, right? Number 1, drink water. Okay, so story here. I have had probably 10 to 20 clients that, you know, maybe they don't eat healthy, they are learning how to eat the right foods for their body, they don't drink water, or they hate water. I have someone that just, they don't like the taste of water. And I get it, I've had a lot of clients like this. And, you know, what I have them do for 2 weeks is all I have them focus on is drinking water. We'll time it. We'll put, you know, every 3 hours, says drink 1 cup of water on their phone, which is a great reminder, actually, a great way to schedule it for yourself if you're one of these people. But a lot of times when you are dehydrated, then oftentimes it's hunger. And hunger, by the way, can come in the form of, you may have eaten something, but even if, and you may have eaten a lot, but if that a lot of food is not nourishing or nutrient dense, you really haven't eaten. Your body is feeling like it hasn't got any nutrients. So therefore you might feel hungry or you are dehydrated. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down because it's 6:58 here. Eat carbs, real carbs. So this is gonna be a topic that definitely that we will spend more time on, like what are real carbs? I've got a whole seminar on this. This little snippet that I will also send you as well is going to tell you, and Dr. Daniels already mentioned it. Yesterday we went over the app and he shared with you the research behind lower carbs. Bottom line is we need carbs to function. Your brain needs carbs to be able to think properly and focus. It's just the kind of carbs, you've heard this before, but the kind of carbs is what we need to pay attention to. So you may or may not know that vegetables, they're all carbs. They're all, there's some of them have some protein actually for the weight compared to meat. It does have a lot of protein per, portion size, but vegetables are going to be your carbs. And that's really the source that we should get them from. The other carbs, as you see, Dr. Daniels mentioned before, refined carbs. That word refined is the game changer. That's what sets things in the opposite direction. White bread, pasta, bagels, cereal, pretzels. Those are simple or refined carbs. Okay, we're going to stick with whole food complex carbs. Choose healthy fats. We'll be talking about this as well in a separate session. In the 80s, we all thought that low fat was the way to go. Well, the brain also needs fat. And a lot of research shows when we cut out fat in the 80s, there was a rise in mental health issues. Okay, so strong correlation connection between if you have enough fat in your diet and mental health. Not only that, healthy fat burns body fat. So with that, we're going to talk about what are healthy fats, what are unhealthy fats, how much, what do fats do? So we'll dive into that. But the top tip, number 3, for weight loss is to choose healthy fats, not to eliminate them, but also not to go overboard on them. Emphasize lean protein. Here, we're going to talk about both animal sources of protein and plant-based sources of protein. I'll show you the difference between those. Protein is very important because it's the building blocks of our muscles, and it helps to renew all of our cells, as it says there. Okay, we'll talk about quality of animal-based protein as well. Yeah, sorry, non-breakfast eaters, but eating breakfast is a tip for healthy weight loss. Okay, it jumpstarts your day, and it also, if you are one that doesn't eat breakfast, that also has cravings and crashes at 3, 4 o'clock, ding, 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 that is one thing you need to look at. Because if you don't get your day set up and started on the right path, then you're setting yourself up for cravings, later in the day. So we'll talk about balancing your meals and getting at least a little something. It doesn't have to be a huge meal, but something in your system to assist and to keep your blood sugar levels stable. Okay. Eat more frequently. I'm going to just kind of go through those. Eventually, as you go through the health journey and learning to take care of yourselves, you'll learn to pay attention to your hunger signs. But in the beginning, eating on a regular schedule, like every 2 to 3 hours, allows you to keep your blood sugar levels stable. And that is key for weight loss. 7, exercise your mind and body. Okay, so we already talked about exercise, and if you haven't received your category, whether you're beginner, advanced, or beginner, intermediate, or advanced, then I have a note to let Dr. Daniels know, and he'll make sure everybody knows where they fall. Catch some Z's. Cannot overemphasize the importance of sleep and being proactive in getting sleep. Okay, I have tips and tricks and suggestions on this. Don't just accept the fact that you can't sleep and just say, oh, it's always been that way. This, right along with drinking water and right along with managing your stress, are very, very easy ways to get the body into that fat burning zone that we overlook. We get so focused on the meal plan and we get so focused on the exercise that we forget about this other thing of rest and relaxation. So getting your sleep has an effect on hormones, men and women alike. 9, learn to cook. Cooking meals allows you to control portion sizes. It cuts your intake of so much, like sodium, fat, and calories. And we had some questions about fried foods. Well, we have here avoid frying foods by learning how to roast and bake. So we'll be showing you some solutions to, making baked, like quote unquote fried chicken, or, with that a nice crispy coating. I know it's not going to be the same, but again, we're here to help improve your wellness and get you, jump started on fat loss. And so these skills, this learning how to cook, those types of things are going to help greatly with that. And keep track of what you eat. So some people have done this with MyFitnessPal, and that's great, but you guys have a wonderful nutrition app that's going to help plan what it is you're going to eat. So that's great, but I also want you to start paying attention to the effect of food that you're experiencing in your body. It's going to be different for everyone. So by here, what I mean is you want to know what you eat, about the time that you eat, and also how you feel. So I encourage you, this is like a bonus action item. Start keeping a log. And, if we get a chance, I would love to, check out a day of everyone's log and see exactly, see how it is that you're eating. Oops, sorry. And close this up. But that's going to also help you become a detective on what foods are best for you. Okay, so keep track of what you eat is number 10. All right, so now I'm going to stop the share, and I think we got some questions here. Can this, Robin says, can this be emailed? Oh, I see. Okay, we want to all panelists. Yes, so you guys can't see all the chats. I'll change that setting. But Robin says, can this be emailed to us? And yes, I will. So I will be emailing the goals. That's a homework item for you all. I'll be emailing the primary food handout, because that sets the tone for our lifestyle. And I'll also be emailing the top 10 weight loss tips. And Clarence says, what are my thoughts on air fryers? All right, you're welcome, Robin. So air fryers, a better option. It is a better option. It's not the best way. So the benefit of the air fryer is it reduces the amount of oil. Obviously, I don't think you use any oil in an air fryer, and it cooks your food at a fraction of the time. So what we know about healthy whole food that actually gives us life and nourishes us, the less that you cook it, the fewer, I guess, the less you cook, the more nutrients stay intact. So with the air fryer, you're still, killing that food, if that makes sense. However, that one benefit is you're not using as much oil. So I don't have one, but that's what that's what I know about the air fryers. So I wouldn't say don't get it, but it could be a nice stepping stone if you are used to frying your meat or fish or whatever, to use that so you avoid the oils. And then maybe the next step is to do more of the baking and come and try some of these other strategies for getting that taste of fried, but not actually frying it. So thank you for that. Okay, so any questions? Anyone can unmute their system, and I could try to take a few questions, at least for the next about 4 minutes, let's say. Okay, or you can put it in the chat. The chat is just fine. So I see, real quick, Nina says, will we have a food list for each individual? So that's where you go to your nutrition app. So the nutrition app is going to allow you to create your meals based on your preferences. Okay, so that's where you'll be able to customize. We have a few meal plans that are there for you to start off that are all low carb, as Dr. Daniels mentioned, but you'll be able to customize those. As an example, if you don't like something that's on that meal plan, then you'll need to, it takes a little bit more time to do it, but once you do it, it gets to be a lot faster. Then you will be able to adjust those meals to your preferences. All right, Wanda says, when does the exercise start? She is ready. All right, so Dr. Daniels is going to, if he hasn't already, he'll let you know if you're in the beginner, intermediate, or advanced group. And then I don't think, Jaquana, you were on the call yesterday, but through the app, there's a section that there's a library, and you will have been invited to the exercise library. So if Dr. Daniels says, Jaquana, you're in the beginner category, then you're going to go to the exercise library, click on beginner exercises, and a whole month's worth of exercises are right there. Okay, and you're going to follow those workouts either on your phone, you can be on your laptop, just wherever you are, we need to execute those. The first 2 weeks is about 3 workouts lasting 30 minutes each, appropriate for the beginner category. And then in the last 2 weeks, it goes up to 3 or 4 workouts. So when I talk to you guys next, in 2 weeks, we're going to have another coaching session. I will be asking and I will be looking into the SizeWize nutrition app to see who's been completing their workouts. And then, of course, we would love feedback on those as well. Okay. All right. So I think the poll is still up there. Yep. We have 10 people that voted. Most everybody wants to know about healthy fats. Okay. The sugar blues, healthy carbs, and cravings comes in next. how to read a nutrition label is last, and then healthy proteins. So that helps me and give me an order of what we're going to go through in the next coaching sessions. Okay, let me see. Are there any other questions? Anything at this point? I'll be emailing everything just as soon as we get off the phone here, or off the call. No? Okay. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for the first coaching session. We've got some other good stuff in store for you all. And sorry, and I look forward to coaching you and checking in with you. Let us know if you need anything. You have our email, and we will send the reminder out for the next coaching session, which will be 2 weeks from now. But get your exercise in, get your start working on that meal plan using the app, and you are going to be well on your way. Set your goals. So you guys have a lot going on, but you have a very good start to this program, okay? All right, thank you. Thanks, Pamela, you guys. All right, have a good evening. I'll end the meeting now, and there'll also be a recording so you can go back to this. We'll put that in the app as well. All right, bye now.
Bye.